Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent, teaching instructor. I've worked at IRS for a decade. I've worked large cases into the millions of dollars. I want to talk to you today about what happens if you owe that much money, what to expect. By the way, I'm not selling my book. I wrote a book. It was a best-selling book, like big deal, IRS. Anyway, being a revenue officer, I would be the person that would go out and work your case if you owed over $1 million, maybe 10 million, whatever the dollar amount. So the very first thing when a case comes in inventory is you want to make sure all tax returns are filed. And usually the person is self-employed. They're certainly not on a W-2. You've got to make sure a person like you, if you're listening, is current. That means your withholding is up to date. You've either made estimate payments or you have enough money in the system so when you file your next tax return, you're not going to owe tax. Those two things are the first things as a revenue officer I'm looking at. All tax returns filed and you're now current. I've got to make sure you're not what's called a habitual delinquent to Internal Revenue Service. That's huge. Stop the problem. I cannot work your case and let you going on rolling over IRS debt. The next thing that I would do is I'd want a financial statement. I'd take a 433A on you. I'd take that's a financial statement. You can look it up online, I'm sorry. A 433 business financial statement if you own a couple businesses. IRS wants to get your entire financial statement together so they know what they're looking at 30,000 feet. With that, I may pull up a LexisNexis, a credit report, see if you're tied into partnerships, other corporations. I need to collectively gather all the financial data that I can. LexisNexis could give me that. Credit report could. Googling you is huge. Look at business licensing. Look to see if you've been overseas. I'm doing a full due diligence search on you and your company and everything, in fact, that's going on. Everything. I want to know everything going on in your life. With that, I get an IRS financial statement and then I drill down and make a decision what I'm going to do with your case. What are my options? I'm going to ask either for a full payment. I'll ask for a partial payment. You may not have any money because you've lost it all. I could put you in uncollectible, or you could settle your debt through the offer and compromise, what I wrote my book on. So those are the way IRS is going to work a $1 million, $10 million case. Be aware, if you have a problem, lovingly, the best person to ask is a former IRS agent who worked cases just like that. Anyway, listen, give me a subscription if you can. I tell you the truth. Listen to this video again. It's just the way your case is going to be worked. Blessings.